Welcome to Not Your Status Quo's review of The Mandalorian, Episode 6, The Prisoner.
If you like what we're doing here, make sure you hit that like button. And you know what? Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell, too.
And tell all your friends.
So Chapter 6, The Prisoner, begins with the Mandalorian arriving to see his old friend Ran.
Old friend, as we'll see. So, first off, we're going to just go ahead and put this right up front. As you guys should know by now, this is a spoiler-filled review. Spoilers from here on out.
You saw it in the brackets when you saw the start of this, when you clicked on this video.
That meant we were serious. It's coming.
No joking when you got brackets around it. That's a well-known thing.
So, can you believe how every single person in the whole show died and the show is over now? Man, what a spoiler. Sorry, guys.
Well, man, that doesn't happen for the next episode.
No. But Ran is getting a crew together for a job. We don't know what that is yet. And he's got some an Imperial sharpshooter.
Okay, that was great. Okay, so they're doing a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of callbacks, some of the former movies and everything. So first off, so this episode is unusual in the fact that it kind of departs a little bit from the sort of spaghetti western samurai flicks that we've seen incorporated into the other episodes. This one seems to be a bit more of a heist film and a prison break, and we'll mention what else it turns into later on. But yeah, he's talking to Mayfeld. He's basically the leader of this crew,
played by
Bill Burr.
By Bill Burr, playing Bill Burr, or Space Bill. But so he's what is it? Ran makes sure to let the Mandalorian know that he is one of the best sharpshooters he's ever seen, and he used to be an Imperial sharpshooter, and so
which he responds, he goes, "He must be good," and then he turns around and he goes, "Not a stormtrooper."
It was great. It was great. Yeah.
We had the Devaronian, I think that's how you say it, the strongman, the devil dude from Mos Eisley's
basically literal Satan.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had...
And he's played by Clancy Brown, for those of you who know him from other TV shows, voice actor work, and also he was in video game Detroit Become Human.
And for those of you who don't know him, he's Clancy Brown.
Absolutely.
Of the Browns.
Of the Brown family.
We had the droid pilot Zero, My Hero Zero. And then finally the Twi'lek,
Xi'an.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they are going to rescue a prisoner of the New Republic, which we don't know at the time, but we will find in a little bit. Mm-hmm. And Mando has a past with some of these people. With Ran for sure. The Twi'lek, he knows. He doesn't really know.
Seems like he was in a relationship with her at some point. So what they kind of imply.
Yeah, they make reference to a darker past either between them or overall. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he, when they're on a ship, you find out they did a job, and obviously it didn't end well for all parties involved, and Mando had a part in that. Probably, once again, his honor getting in the way of how things should run. But we don't really know much more about it on the ship. But they do find Baby Yoda, which he's not actual Yoda. I had a conversation at work this week about someone who thought The Mandalorian took place 900 years in the past and that this was actually Yoda. So I know we've mentioned this before, but this takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi. We refer to the baby that's in the thing as Baby Yoda because we don't know his species name, so it's just a common term. Once again, it's not Yoda as a baby.
And this is not 900 years in the past?
This is not 900 years in the past.
Okay.
Unless you're going to have some massive twist.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Time isn't linear. It all goes like this. So
timey-wimey.
Yeah, timey-wimey, Jeremy stuff.
Yeah, okay.
So Bill Burr and he had the best lines in his show.
He really did.
What, did you two have a kid? Is this your pet?
Yeah. So, okay, most of these people in this crew are not good people. They're huge dicks. So they're, he goes to pick up Baby Yoda, and he's pretending like he's going to drop him. Xi'an laughs because apparently this is funny, pet abuse, child abuse, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Either way.
Now we're gonna have activists calling this show.
What was a puppet? No,
Wait,
no animals.
Where are they gonna call it anyway? I don't know.
Right.
Anyway.
But they arrive at the prison ship, a New Republic prison ship. Zero kind of bounces them all around the cockpit or the storage area, the lounge area.
I don't know. That's where his toilet is, and also where he keeps his guns. You know, like every normal American.
His armory. And they get down into the ship. They're heading towards the mission control or the control center of the ship.
Hold on, 1 second. So we forgot to mention one thing before they actually get out of their ship. They're all worried about who the Mandalorian is, and they want to see what's under his helmet. And so Keith has already said Bill Burr had the best lines.
And he goes, "What are you, a gunkin under there?" Makes to show my face.
Right.
Which was great. Bill Burr had all the lines that every Star Wars fan wanted to have. Like,
he was basically like a fill-in for the fan.
Yeah, stormtroopers never hit anything, so he was pissed if anyone thought he was a stormtrooper. Made fun of Gungans. Pretty much made the episode.
Yeah. Oh, and he also mentions the casino Cantabite at one point as well.
A Last Jedi reference.
Yep,
So even though this takes place 900 years in the past.
Apparently Cantabite is still a casino planet.
But as they're en route they run into some New Republic droids, which we've never seen before.
Yeah, they were pretty cool.
Yeah, they were.
And as they're starting to have a firefight with them, Mayfeld, Bill Burr's character, notices that Mando kind of takes away, and he's like, I knew it or whatever, but Mando ends up coming up behind him, taking out all of these droids, because as
even
we
the
know,
reinforcements.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mando hates droids. Which I want to talk about because we know why he hates droids, because we saw in that flashback that the super battle droids kind of attacked his planet, and we still don't know who saved him. So we need him to get back to his clan so they can build more armor, because we only see flashbacks when armor's being built.
When they're making more armor for him. Yeah.
Well, what did he get paid with on this mission?
They didn't show. He tossed him a little bag of something, but yeah, it's probably credits.
It seemed like Imperial credits. Yeah.
Absolutely. So they get to the center, or the command center. There's actually a human on board. They didn't expect this to happen. They're kind of standing with guns drawn, and everyone's, threatening to shoot everybody else. I must have said absolutely because Dave just took a drink. And for those of you playing the home game, every time one of us says absolutely, you must drink.
Absolutely.
And ends up the New Republic guy working in the command center has a activator to warn a New Republic fire team that he's in trouble and come blow everything up. And he ends up pressing it as he gets a knife thrown in him from the Twi'lek.
I really like the scene because it shows us Mando's way of trying to handle a situation. While everybody else is gun happy and they're ready to just go in, shoot this guy and everything, Mando has clearly learned whatever he did in his past. He has honor. And he would rather get out of this without killing the guy. And he explains to him, look, put down your gun. We don't want to kill you. All we want to do is come get this prisoner, and then, we're going to get out of here, and if you do that, then you can live. Space Bill wants nothing to do with that. And it says, no, he's not going to. And it's like, dude.
But unfortunately, he ends up dying. But they find out where the prisoner's held. They go to it. They open it up, and it's actually Xi'an's brother, Quinn, who we find out
also had a past with Mando.
Left him to get captured. So whatever mission they were on, he ended up leaving without him, whether he was late or it saved the rest of the crew. We don't know the specifics of it, but he left him there, and he obviously got captured by either the New Republic or someone else, and he ended up. And while they're freeing him, the strongman guy throws Mando into the cell. They shut it. Their plan all along was to basically turn on him and leave him.
What a twist.
And since this is called The Mandalorian, obviously he gets out of the cell in a great scene. Obviously, he has his weapons on him because he didn't go through the whole booking and everything else.
Right.
And, check him. So he ends up pulling one of the New Republic robots over. It's trying to blast him. It pulls his arm off. Oil is spitting everywhere after he pulls his arm off.
At this point, we're no longer in a heist movie. We're not doing a prison break. It becomes a full-on horror flick with the robot spraying oil all over like it's bleeding out.
That droid looked like he was really in pain,
looked
too.
like
He was like,
"Ah!"
Once again, the acting on all these episodes has
Yes.
been tremendous.
It's been great.
And he ends up, pulling the arm in, taking his blaster, shooting him, and using his arm to get out. And then, obviously, Pilot Zero, our hero Zero, once again, lets him know, Mayfield, you guys may have a problem. And Mando does the best thing possible. He is an excellent tactician, and he's not the best fighter. We've seen him kind of get beaten up and lose, but he always
he's very
seems to
smart.
Yeah. He heads back to the mission control. He jams the communications so he knows they can't talk to each other. Keep them separated. He starts shutting doors to keep
Turns
them
on
separated.
the emergency lights and everything, and so you hear a siren kind of in the background. Red lights are dimmed, and strobe lights are flashing, and Mando goes on the hunt.
And before he goes on the hunt, though, he picks up the
yeah.
fire team communicator. And when this happened in the episode, I was like, why is he doing that? I was kind of like, that doesn't make much sense to me. But maybe I thought he was going to smash it. And maybe be like, oh, false alarm.
Right.
Going off.
Like Han in New Hope.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here. Everything's fine. We're good.
Oh,
It was a boring conversation anyway.
And then he goes on the hunt. First, he's fighting the devil, and he's getting the floor mopped with him. This guy he puts his flamethrower and he just laughs and he's raking his head across the thing.
which is why he doesn't take off his mask.
Keith, you can't burn actual
Helmet.
Satan.
Well, Mando didn't know that. He'll know it next time. And it ends up he kind of shuts a door on him, but he's holding it up and he shuts the second door on him.
I think that was the plan, though.
I think it was too. Like he knew.
Distract him.
Yeah. And then he's fighting the Twi'lek. She's whipping knives at him. He's kind of blocking a few, but she's really good.
Oh, yeah.
And I forgot to mention this, but at one point, the strongman takes out 2 droids pretty easily. They did once again a great job. No one is overpowered. No one is underpowered. This is a mercenary team. They might have been a part of a crime syndicate. We don't really know the whole story, but they're all good at what they do.
I think they must have been part of a syndicate because Mando mentions something like that before they even take off. He says, "This is a New Republic ship. He wasn't taken by a rival syndicate."
That's right.
And he was arrested.
Yeah.
And then he's having a fight. He ends up taking her out after she lands some good blows between his armor. She knew enough about him to know, don't throw it at the Beskar steel.
Yep.
Try to hit the joints. He ends up taking her, and then Bill Burr, Mayfield, and the Twi'lek prisoner they got out. He's like, go get him and I'll triple your money. How do I know you're good for it?
Laughter. I mean, of course you're good for it if you're laughing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
So,
make it out alive and find out.
Yeah.
So, as I've told the guys, I'm going to now try that with every monetary transaction that I'm in. I will simply tell them that I'm good for it, that I will triple their pay. I will raise my arms, laugh, and walk out backwards.
So if Doug is not in our next video, please send us bail money.
Trust me, I'm good for it.
Well played, sir. So then we see Bill Burr kind of gets snuck up on by the Mandalorian, who once again goes into Batman mode. The strobe lights are going, and you keep seeing him getting closer, and then he's behind him.
Was sweet.
Yep.
And then he confronts the Twi'lek that he left on some job. And this guy obviously knows Mando too, because he's like, where's your honor? Where's his code? You were paid to do a job. Complete your job. I'll make sure you get paid. But first he asks, he goes, did you kill all the others? And he says they got what they deserved.
Yeah.
He's repeating the line that they said when they had locked him up in the cell. I think it was Xi'an who said he got what he deserved.
Yep. She's shrieking. She was a little crazy.
She was.
I liked it. That was a
little
bit.
bit. Yeah. Crazy ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
You know?
So then he gets on a ship. He takes, Quinn back to Ran, and he's like, okay, here, where's my money? Yada, yada, yada. Oh, we forgot to say, one of the Baby Yoda's kind of walking around the ship, and the robot Zero is kind of like tracking him, trying to figure out what's going on, and finally he opens up his little nursery hidey hole, and he's like, gets his gun, he's training it on him. Baby Yoda's like, reaching
I'm gonna get you.
Which I thought he was trying to do like a mind power on him, and then he's like, oh man, that's a robot. But then bam, he blasts Mandalorian's behind him. Baby Yoda thought he did something sweet.
And looking at his own hand like, did I get a new power?
Did I do that? No, you didn't.
I gotta be careful with this.
Right.
And then they get back to Ran. He gets his money. He's flying off. So Ran is going to two-time the Mandalorian. He says, kill him. And they get a gunship flying up, and then...
But he didn't know the Mandalorian two-timed him.
And Quinn looks down, and he's got that New Republic fire team beacon in his hand. He's like, what's this? And you see Ran kind of red. He's like...
He knew.
Damn you, Mando.
See, he took it from the guy. What's his name? What's his name again? The guy that broke out of prison. I don't remember his name. Anyway.
Satan. No, not the Twi'lek.
No, he got it off the ground in the control room.
Right, he did.
Yeah.
But when he noticed that he had it, he pulled it out of his pocket. He's like, what's this? Rain came over and looked at it, and he just took it, and he just handed it back to him and started running.
Yeah, he started like walking backwards. And then we see, which was once again cool, 3 X-Wings jump out of hyperspace heading towards the beacon. And they decide, I kind of laugh because the Razor Crest is just flying out, and they kind of duck and weave each other like,
yeah, whatever. That's probably
we don't know where he's going. He's good. The beacon's still that way.
Right.
Oh, we got a gunship. X-foils go and they start blasting them.
Blasting them away.
So, what has me wondering is they don't know what the beacon is for. They know that if a beacon goes off, they have to blow something up.
Well, there was a gunship. It was being aggressive.
It must have been true. The gunship
Stop resisting.
But the fact that it was going off must mean, hey, come here and we're all in trouble. Because he even said, you click that, we're all dead, including him. So it must be a last resort type of thing.
I guess so.
And we see the X-Wings blow this place up completely. And my first thought is, if they are part of a syndicate, are there other factions that are now going to know that Mando blew them up? Because...
So now they're going to go after... so not only is he going to have these other crime syndicates coming after him, but now he's got the guild after him too. And who knows, what Carl Weathers is going to be doing. Like if he's going to maybe team up with these guys that he left locked up in that prison.
That's what we haven't found out yet. Until just now.
Yeah, and we do find out what he meant, what the Mandalorian meant by saying they got what they deserved. We see them in a prison cell. And I think the best part of it is the devil guy's like holding his head like he's got a massive headache from when the thing shut on him. And I just thought that was pretty great. And obviously, once again, leaving enemies alive may be the honorable thing to do, but it could come back to haunt him.
It's definitely going to come back.
Because Doug made a good point kind of before we started this video. Carl Weathers, because we think the Droid Zero kind of saw that message from Carl Weathers about, okay, you got the asset, bring it back to me as soon as you can. Mm-hmm. So he knows, he could have sent a message to Carl Weathers saying, hey, we got the Mandalorian and the asset, basically. Or we'll bring the asset back to you, because they planned on locking the Mandalorian
he's basically
up.
Going to be able to know, whereabouts the Mandalorian ship was.
And maybe maybe he shows up on the New Republic prison ship, frees these mercenaries to help. They got a common enemy now.
Oh yeah.
So we could have.
You could be laying the groundwork for a lot of different angles right now.
Yeah.
So now he's going to have to go and team up with all of his old buddies. I have spoken and.
And Cara Dune, IG-11. Even though he hates robots, he seems to tolerate
something.
But, and even Dave, before this video, Dave also was talking about how this show could slow burn its way through 50 seasons. Maybe not that many. But we may not see these characters again season 2, season 3. Mm-hmm. They can keep them in their back pocket.
6 seasons in a movie.
Yeah.
Well, I view it kind of like the way the Clone Wars. They told their little stories, and then you don't even realize it, and they bring it back at like some point later in the season, and you're like, oh yeah, and that's why they had to have all those certain episodes in between.
Interconnecting story.
Yeah, so that you could understand the entire story, and it's just beautiful storytelling. I think they're doing a great job.
Yeah, I do too. Everything about this looks. I mean, the CGI looks great. They're spending the money on it. The actors they're getting, the acting they're doing, the directors, everything about it.
They don't go overboard on the CGI either, which is nice.
Yeah, we talked about it. It's more A New Hope back in '77, where it's more practical effects with some CGI added in. It's not super busy on the screen with all the stuff. They're just doing a great job.
It's more about the story than it is the effects.
It definitely is.
Story and the characters.
The story is great.
And,
so hey, if you haven't checked out any of these episodes yet, first off, thanks for watching anyway, I guess. But hey, get Disney Plus, check it out. It's a great series.
Even if you don't want to get Disney Plus yet, because you can't spend the money or you don't want to spend the money, next week we're getting episode 7, which is on a Wednesday. And then, obviously, The Rise of Skywalker is coming out that week. So we're getting a lot of Star Wars stuff. But then the season finale is dropping December 27th. You can get a free 7-day trial of Disney Plus.
And binge it.
Yeah, wait till that Monday. Get your 7-day trial. Binge it. You will not be sorry, because this series has been phenomenal. I'm sad it's only 8 episodes.
Yeah.
And each episode, it's just a little bit more than a half hour, between a half hour and 45 minutes. So it won't even take you that long to watch them all.
Right.
Yeah, it really is the time it takes to tell the story they're telling. We've had episodes that are like 30 minutes, and this one I think was 42. And it's all just perfectly packaged and just so well done.
But anyway, when you're done watching all those episodes, come back, rewatch all of our breakdowns, and tell us what you think. Put it in the comment below.
And thanks everybody for watching. Come back next week, not only for the Mandalorian Episode 7 review, but our At the Theater review of Rise of the Skywalker.